There we go.
Hey everyone, welcome to Feelings with the Geekiary. I'm Erin, and I'm here with just Tara tonight. Oh, just the two of us. We're fans, so we have feelings, and this is where we webcast about them. Happy June to you, Tara.
Yeah. I'm excited. It's finally warm. It's Pride Month, So anyway, real quick friendly reminder, this is also a podcast when we feel like updating it. So subscribe to us on iTunes so you don't miss any of our feelings. And if you're listening to this as a podcast, please remember that it's recorded live. We're not exactly sure what's going to happen. Please forgive us any technical difficulties or accidental swears. You can also join the conversation with the hashtag Geekiary Feelings, because how will we know we're wrong if you don't tell us? You want to do the disclaimer this week?
Sure, I never get to do this.
I know, right?
So I'll do it. We'd like to remind you that the views expressed on this webcast are those of the host as individuals and do not necessarily represent the Geekiary or the website itself as a whole, webcast itself as a whole. See, I messed it up. I don't know how to
webcast. That's fine.
I never do it. So yeah.
So yeah, happy June to you too. I can't believe it's already June. Like the 5 months of the year are already gone.
Comic-Con is it's in 6 weeks.
Yeah. I don't even
preview night is in 40 days.
Yeah, I won't be there for that this year. I finally went to preview night last year, and it was cool, but no, stop it. I'm trying to open the webcast window, and it never pauses. Like it takes me like 3 clicks to pause it.
Yeah. It just automatically starts playing. So I get you. I'll do let's just talk about Patreon and get that out of the way, because we still have a Patreon. Please consider donating to help keep the website running and pay for administrative costs. It's that time of year for us where we're getting back into having to renew security and stuff. And plus we work really hard for all of our readers and listeners to have some good content. And that includes going to Comic-Con every stupid year. So you can help us with Patreon.
Yeah, and I think I said this last month. I'm sure we're due for some Patreon updates. Yes. Which maybe some year I'll get her. But yeah, I mean, and also on the note of security, we have website security. We don't like the company that we use. So if anybody has some suggestions for website security that are not Sucuri, Sucuri, we'd love to hear them, because Sucuri does this wonderful thing where every year right before we're about to re-up with them and we're finally sitting down and starting to discuss whether or not we're going to change, we have some sort of stupid security breach, and they're like, oh, oops, we'll fix it immediately. And I don't like them at all. But unfortunately, the websites that I run don't require that height, that level of security that the Geekiary does. They don't get.
We have a lot of content.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, we get hundreds of thousands of hits a month versus at our busiest times, our websites get a few thousand. I mean, we're business websites, not news websites. So yeah, if anybody has suggestions on some, not insanely overpriced website security, we would love to hear them. I would anyway. You can just email us at thegeekiary@gmail.com or something. I don't know. Please help.
Yes, do that, because we don't like the website to crash. It's not fun. It's very stressful.
And I mean, here's the thing, my websites have crashed, but never because of security things. So it's I don't really know, I know enough about the security stuff, but when I mentioned this is, I think it was a couple of years ago, actually, I mentioned something earlier a couple weeks ago or a week ago or something, like, oh, I think this is who we use. And I was totally thinking of the wrong thing. I was thinking of security on like our end to protect us, not like security for the website as a whole. But a couple of years ago, I did remember, like, I do remember knowing who we used, and, you know, poor Angel being like, yeah, no, it's not going to cut it for us. So yeah, help. So anyway, so yeah, Patreon, maybe once I have relocated myself yet again in about a week and a half, I will have time after that to look into updating some of our Patreon breaks. But we do have some fun ones on there, and like even a couple bucks a month helps us quite a bit. So we always have Hairgate, aka Man Bun Gate, on here, and like there's just nothing to say.
Yeah, I don't really. I was gonna look for something actually, but I forgot until just this second. So I got my handy dandy iPad right here, and so I'm gonna search really quick.
Yeah, I mean the only news. Oh, I think I did see an article about the area that they used to film King's Landing, or maybe like the King's Landing set had like smoke rising from it. As if that's something new. I don't know.
What I was going to say is, yeah, Kit Harington and Rose Leslie are getting married on June 23rd. So before the next time we have this webcast, Kit will be married.
Did he cut his hair for the wedding?
I don't know. I guess we'll find out.
Is he on Twitter? I feel like none of these people are on Twitter.
I don't think he is. No.
No, I don't think, like, most of them aren't.
They probably would be way too tempted to, like, or not even tempted, but like accidentally spill something. So it doesn't really surprise me, actually.
Yeah. I mean, whatever.
Anyway, that's what I had to look for.
I wish I cared more about like Game of Thrones anymore, but I just don't.
It's fine.
So, and I realized I never put my little. This is how I am so all over the place right now. Like I didn't ever put my little tool thing at the bottom of the screen here.
Oh yeah, mine's still not working, so I got to figure that out, but not right now.
Yeah. Okay. So anyway, so there's no Game of Thrones news, whatever. However, we might be having, I'm pretty sure we're having a Bitching Dead episode on Monday. It's going to be kind of a recap of the first half of the season of Fear the Walking Dead. It's the show's in its 4th season right now, and like it's way better than Walking Dead is right now, and honestly I think it's way better than Walking Dead has been in a really long time. So yeah. So the Bitching Dead Monday is supposed to cover the first 8 episodes of the first half of the 4th season of Fear the Walking Dead, and I think hopefully it'll be less bitching and more like, wow, this is actually not the worst thing we're watching right now. So there's that.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
It's like I watch it on Mondays during the day while I'm working, you know. I don't feel the need to watch it live, but it does intrigue me, which Walking Dead hasn't done in a long time.
That's good. Yeah, I don't watch either one anymore, so yeah, I have nothing to add. Sorry. Okay, so other news. What's going on?
A lot of trailers this week.
Yes, I saw the Wreck-It Ralph 2 trailer with all the Disney princesses. That was the big thing that was going all around.
Yeah. I
Cute.
mean, the princesses look weird. Like the animation on a lot of them is odd, Pocahontas especially, but I still think I was a little bit like, how are they gonna do this? But honestly, I feel like it's Disney. It's like super meta, and Disney like poking fun at themselves, and I can really get behind that. So like the fact that it's the trailer shows them going into like, oh my Disney, like the Disney website, and it's like princesses and Star Wars and all this other stuff, and like they have a lot. They have a lot to work with there. So
Yes, I agree.
I think
That's
it'll
why I
work.
liked it.
Yeah. And then there were like 3 trailers today.
Yeah, I was trying to look at Fareed's article because then he screenshotted part of our editor chat in there. Me, mostly.
Oh yeah, you guys going back and forth about Queer Eye.
Yeah.
I need to watch it.
Queer Eye later, but yeah.
I'm working up to it because I've been watching Nailed It. So
Oh yeah.
I feel
that's
like it's like a gateway drug.
Nailed It goes very fast because there are so few episodes. But yeah, Queer Eye is well, I have that back down in my recommendations coming up later. But yeah, the trailer for season 2 dropped today. And that premieres on June 15th on Netflix. So just a week away. And Fareed and I were talking about our love of Anthony because he's one of the Fab Five and he's like the food and wine person, but he never actually like cooks anything. He's like apparently he's not a chef. He's never like been a chef. He just likes to put what was it? He put like yogurt or sour cream or something in his guacamole in season 1. It's so weird. He's so Canadian. It's very funny.
I mean, I feel like I cook. I would say I am a cook. I am sure as hell not a chef. So I feel like maybe I would enjoy this person.
He's adorable. He is like the sweetest little, just think of like probably like the most gorgeous person you know, but he's Canadian, so he's like super humble and like he just cries at like a drop of a hat. He's just the sweetest guy. And but like I just love him. He's just so great. But yeah, anyway, Anthony.
So yeah, I mean, other trailers that were today were the 3 trailers I know of that were today were like Lego Movie 2, which whatever, like it's very it looks very oh my god, Fury Road themed, which would have been cool like 2 years ago. The music, however, is very clearly geared toward like people our age, so there's that. And then there was How to Train Your Dragon 3, which I love the How to Train Your Dragon movies. I have Toothless tattooed on my leg. So now he has a girlfriend. She's a light fury, and all I can think about is how it would look to tattoo a light fury like intertwined with my Toothless. But it looks really good. I love these movies. I think they're severely underrated, and I know they're pretty popular, but like compared to the attention that Disney movies get, I do really think they're underrated. And then there was a new Into the Spider-Verse trailer, which finally has Spider-Gwen at the very end of it. So yay, I'm excited for that. I was kind of whatever about the Spider-Verse one until they finally showed Spider-Gwen today. So that was exciting. But yeah, I think that's it. I don't know anything else about news.
Yeah, we were talking before we started that like both of us have been very out of the loop and I don't know anything that's happening. TV upfronts were last month, just like 3 or 4 weeks ago or so. So I kind of like knew about what was happening with the renewals and the cancellations, but I think everybody pretty much knows about all those things by now. Maybe. I don't know.
Most of them, I feel like they still are coming out with things that were canceled, because wasn't there recently like another announcement of something that was canceled and I'm blank? Oh, Shadowhunters.
Oh yeah, Shadowhunters was canceled, but Freeform works a little bit differently than network TV because they don't have like a full fall schedule really. They're more like the shorter seasons kind of throughout the year. So it's the timing is a little weird, but understandable, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, at this point, like so many shows aren't, I mean, it's no longer the like September to May situation that with a holiday break that I grew up with, you know. I mean, we're like about the same age. So I figure like, I think, you know, we both kind of grew up with shows air from September to like early December. Then they take a break for a month or a month and a half, and then they come back and they're back until May. It's so different now. And there's so many, you know, new, I don't know, just new ways of doing things. Not even to mention like, you know, Hulu, which releases weekly but at totally random times, or you know, Netflix, which releases everything, you know, all at once. Sorry, I gotta bend down my computer. Oh my God, what do you call it? Surge protector just fell off my shelf underneath my desk. So anyway, so yeah, not much on the news front. iZombie did get renewed though, so yay.
Yeah.
Because that was our thing last month. Like, please renew iZombie.
Yes. Oh, thank goodness. I mean, it's the final season, but it's fine. I'm fine with that because you know how I feel about TV. You don't want them to get stale. And you know, I'm good with having a final season at this point.
Yeah. No, I'm the same way. I was honestly like wondering how they were going to stretch it after the way last season ended, how they were going to stretch it for, you know, I was more looking at like, oh my God, are they going to try to do like 6 or 7 seasons of this? Can they, and have it still be a quality show? Like, I would rather have, you know, 5 really good seasons than 7 seasons where the last couple are horrible, which seems like every show I've watched for most of my life. So yeah, I'm glad that they renewed it though, because this season was really, really good. And I do think that they can wrap it up in a season, as long as they don't try to shove like too many new storylines and stuff in there. So I'm excited.
And do you want to talk at all about that finale?
I mean, it was everything was so very Liv. I mean, Major wasn't what was he not stupid Major or not dumb Major? I can never remember which one.
He actually made some decent decisions. I was very impressed. So he was not stupid Major.
There you go.
But he also was not dumb. So it's a whole new Major coming up in season 5. I guess we'll find out how that goes. I am looking forward to having him team up with Blaine though.
Yeah. And I gotta say, real glad that Clive isn't gonna be a zombie. So
yes.
Like, and honestly, like, I kind of thought it was just a given that he was gonna just be a zombie, and then the fact that like there was just enough time for him and Bazia to get like interrupted was like, that's a little bit convenient, but I'm okay with it because I don't want him to be a zombie. And then like as soon as like there was a cure and Liv was gonna take it, and then like she didn't have like it was like the choice between her taking it and like not and giving it to Basio so that they could be together. I was like, God damn it! Don't cry, Tara. It's fine. Fine. You don't need to cry.
It was very emotional.
The
But
last few episodes were super emotional. Like
yes,
all of them were.
Yes. But I wasn't a big fan of the wedding. I don't know. I like Dale, but if you read my review, like it just felt really forced. It didn't feel natural.
Oh no, yeah,
And,
I agree.
and so while I don't mind it, I also wasn't like a huge fan of it. But I also am not a fan of another boyfriend of Liv's dying. Come on.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
It's getting real tired.
Yeah.
So
yeah, and the fact that they're like, I mean, maybe they're trying to teach somebody like maybe the show writers are trying to teach other shows a lesson. Like, hey, look at how contrived it is when you fridge every single like person that's in this one category. Because usually it's women that are doing that. So or having that done to them.
I wouldn't put it past their writers. Those are some of the most clever TV writers around, but dang it, come on.
Yeah.
No more.
I mean, especially because like
but also please don't end up with Major.
He could have survived. Like they're just like
yeah. I just really don't want her to end up with Major. So
I mean, right now she is a broken person. Like like her, pulling that lever, to kill Chase Graves, like and just everything that happened for the rest of that episode. Like she still has Liv there. Like Liv is the person who gave the cure to Basio so that her and Clive could be together without him being a zombie and everything. And yeah, that did feel kind of awkward and whatever. And I honestly didn't like the way it happened because I didn't like Basio this season. But yeah, she is a broken person. And I guess like I could be okay with her ending up with Major, but it would have to be done so impeccably that I just don't know as if there's time for that. Maybe is the best way to put it.
All right. That's fair. Yes. You want to talk about what you have next on the list?
Oh, The Expanse. So yeah, I mean, I don't have much to say about The Expanse other than that, like, it's still been good this season, and really, really glad that it was actually renewed or whatever by however you want to call it, by Amazon. Even if it's just for one more season, but hopefully it'll be for more than that. At least they'll get some sort of conclusion or more airtime, whatever, because like it really is. I know you kind of lost some interest in it because it turned into not as much your thing, which is totally fine. But like, it's probably, if not, it's probably the best book to screen adaptation TV show wise that I've ever seen. It's really good, and it's continued to be really good. And yeah, so like thanks Amazon for bringing it back when we thought it was lost. Fuck the Hollywood Reporter for their clickbaiting bullshit headlines like a week or more before it was actually picked up by Amazon, like having a headline saying it was picked up attached to an article saying they were only in talks, mostly because that sort of thing could throw off the whole campaigning that is most likely what got it picked up by Amazon. So fuck them. But that's about it.
All right.
And do you watch Westworld?
Yes.
Okay. So when Hataki from Helix showed up, I was like, why does he look so familiar? Why does he look so familiar? And then I finally looked it up and I was like, oh my God, it's the guy from Helix. No wonder he looks so familiar. And I'm really sad that Vaughn isn't here because
I know.
I was really excited about that. Like, really excited.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. I'm a couple episodes behind, but yeah, I don't care about spoilers, obviously.
I mean, I'm not telling you anything that happened.
No, it's fine.
The guy who played Hataki is on there. And
That's good.
And I was like, yes.
I miss Helix.
I was talking about something else the other day, something to do with a baby on a TV show. We were it was yesterday, actually. It was just yesterday. God. It was Handmaid's Tale, and I was talking about incubator baby, and then I was like, forever fetus.
Our baby. Yes. Oh.
So yeah. So it is exciting.
All these shows.
Yeah, it is cool though that this random actor from Helix is on Westworld of all things. So, but yeah, other than that, that's kind of like I've been watching other shows. Like I've been watching The 100. I have literally no interest in it. Like the person who runs the Apocalypse Rising track at DragonCon sent a survey to me like, hey, are you still interested in like being on or moderating panels again this year like you were last year? And I moderated the 100 fan panel last year. I'm like going through the list and I'm like checking off the few things that I'm like still interested in. And I'm like the 100. And I hovered over the checkbox for like a minute and I was like, I can't see myself talking about this for an hour or listening to people talk about it for an hour. So, nope.
Yeah. Yeah. I get it.
It exists. That's it. It exists in my life. I watch it because it's something to watch, and that's it.
Well, it did get renewed.
Of course it did.
Well, I can't remember. I think we talked about Killing Eve last month, but
a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Killing Eve is what I've been watching, and all other shows pale in comparison. So there you go. Just ended. Yeah, it just ended the first season. Yep. Okay. It was 8 episodes, I think. So manageable and only 1 season. It has been already picked up for season 2 though. BBC America. So I mean, it's just like there's nothing else like it on TV.
Yeah.
So it's just it's very unique, and they've added so many new viewers each week. It's like broken records, and it's just so good. It's so good.
Oh, and speaking of BBC shows and also The Expanse in a way, the episode of The Expanse this week had an actor from Orphan Black on it. The male clone.
Oh yeah, Ari Millen.
Yes, thank you. I couldn't remember his name off the top of my head. And like right now he's playing somebody who's, I guess he's like brand new-ish and technically just a bit like side character. I don't know if they're gonna like have him on it more than that, but I was like, why does he look so familiar? So I like Googled the IMDb of the specific episode so I could figure out who it was. And as soon as I looked at the thing, I was like, oh my God, it's him. He's way more attractive in this than he was in Orphan Black. Okay.
Yes. It's Canadian. They just all pass around their actors.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Once you see one on one show, they're going to be on all your other shows. So I like it that way. It's fine. Yeah. I don't know. Do you want to talk about Solo? I
I
haven't seen it.
mean, I don't like, I won't talk about it too much. It didn't, as I'm sure you know, it didn't get good box office numbers, blah blah blah. It really, that, which is sad because I enjoyed it. Like I really did, and like, but it's Disney's fault that it sucked. Like that the numbers sucked. Like they did very little marketing for it. They put it out 6 months after The Last Jedi. Like they didn't give people time to recover. And like I think maybe I think even if people had been mostly gushy about The Last Jedi the way they were about Force Awakens, like there's definitely a lot more haters for, after The Last Jedi than there were after Force Awakens, and there were still some for Force Awakens. Um, I still think that people need a year to kind of, not everybody, but a lot of people need a year between like Star Wars movies or any big franchise movie to kind of reset their clocks. Like this isn't Marvel where you can put a movie out every 6 months or whatever and have, when it's about different characters, it's not, as big of a deal, because it's part of the same universe, but it's a totally different movie. Like Thor Ragnarok and Black Panther were super close to each other, but completely different movies. And while, Solo obviously is nothing like Last Jedi or even Rogue One, it's still, I do think there was a lot more fatigue, like Star Wars fatigue, which sucks. Like I really think if they'd waited until December, it would have had way better numbers. I honestly think they might have put it out as fast as they did because they just assumed no matter what they did, it was going to do bad. So they wanted to just get it out from under their belt and like start with a clean slate 18 months later when they put out the third, portion, or the third installment in the trilogy. But it sucks because like the there have been, so-so reviews of Solo. There have been bad reviews of Solo, but like overwhelmingly the talk, from people I know and the reviews have been kind of like either just, oh yeah, it was good. It's been on that level from like, oh yeah, it was good to like, wow, I really enjoyed this. I would say 70% of the people who saw it were in that spectrum versus like not liking it. So it's sad that I don't know, they didn't trust it or whatever. Like I had my issues with it. Amelia Clark was horrible. I'll be quite honest. She can do one thing and she doesn't even do that very well. So
is she really a very good actress?
No, she's not. That's what I'm saying. Like she can make a real good serious face, and that's about the only thing that I know of that she can do that like very well. Like I just I don't know.
Yeah.
The character that she played was well written, but she was so horrible at it that I just
Well, going back to what you were saying about Star Wars fatigue and stuff, like I don't understand Disney's strategy with Star Wars at all. Because I mean, they own this brand and they're making all of these updates to the parks and everything. The Star Wars brand is not going anywhere. So they don't have to put these things out as quickly as they are. There's no reason to. In fact, I think it would be a better strategy to space them out more so that it has more interest with each film, and then, they can drum up that interest, with the parks and everything. Because I doesn't make any sense to me.
Well, I think a big part of it, honestly, is that it worked with Marvel. You know what I mean? Like I said, like you look at, I mean, shit, for years they've been putting out Marvel movies every like 4 to 6 months or so. I mean, there's I can't I don't know what the actual average is between movies, but like the standalone ones, and I say that loosely, have been super close together. And it has worked for them for the most part. Like yes, there's been some shitty ones that did not do well critically, but they still made a shit ton of money. And I just think that Disney assumed that Star Wars fans would react the same, to that sort of quick release stuff that they do with Marvel. And it's a totally different world. It's a totally different fandom. It's,
Mhm.
um, and even though, like I said, like Solo is it's not part of a trilogy. So it's not, like if we say like Avengers, Age of Ultron, and Infinity War are part of like one set of movies, and then there's all the, standalone superhero movies. Um, but like, and Solo and Rogue One are kind of those standalone ones, and they're nothing like each other. But like, I just think Disney doesn't, they're not reading the fandom. They never did. Like, I enjoyed The Last Jedi, but honestly, I'm not shocked that people didn't like it. And I've seen it like 4 times now, and every time I watch it, I feel differently about it. Like the first time I watched it, I was like, this is good. This is good. It's cool. I liked it. Second time I watched it, I was like, yeah, this is great. Third time I watched it, I was like, wait, do I really like this as much as I thought I did? And the fourth, it's like, it depends on what mood I'm in. Like, I don't like a lot of what Rian Johnson did. I am glad he's not involved with the third one, but I don't think they can fix the mess he made. Sorry, my dog's coming to visit me. And I think, that's just a big part of the problem. When you piss off Star Wars fans, they kind of like, there's a lot of dude bros. Like there's a lot there's a lot more like dude bros and like vocal like jerk faces in that fandom than there are, like, there's so many Marvel fans, and like there's so many different Marvel properties that it's like really easy to ignore the people who talk shit, but it's not as easy in the Star Wars fandom. And yeah, Disney is just not reading that fandom well. And maybe Solo will teach them a lesson. I hope it doesn't like teach them a lesson to the point where they like feel like they need to push back the next trilogy installment, because I don't necessarily think that would be a good idea. But I mean, and the other thing is they let so much information from Solo leak about its production issues and stuff like that, that it's like it didn't have a good chance going into things. And then they release it on a holiday weekend, which normally would be good because it gives people, gives them 4 days of ticket sales. But like they released it 2 weeks after Deadpool, or a week after Deadpool, and like
I think
less
it's
than a
2 weeks.
month, or right at a month after Infinity War. Like, honestly, I went and saw Solo and Infinity War, and those are kind of that's like 2 movies in a month is more than I see ever. So
Yes.
yeah, but
Agreed.
it
I
is
mean, I never go to
enjoyable.
movies.
Like it is enjoyable, and that's what sucks. It got a bad rap, and it had bad numbers because they just didn't handle the whole thing well. But it is an enjoyable movie. Like, no, it's not perfect, but like I like it better than Rogue One. Rogue One was fucking depressing. And
And super boring.
yeah, and very boring at times. Like Solo is enjoyable. It has some slow moments, but like they're moments, not like, oh my God, for 20 minutes I'm sitting here. I am just really hoping that it's still in theaters when I can take my nieces and nephew to see it at the end of the month. Cause like I think they'll really love it, whereas 2 of them fell asleep during Rogue One.
That's because Rogue One was boring.
So yeah.
Yeah. That's my opinion. Yeah, no, I will see Solo. I just haven't yet. I've been really busy and it hasn't been like a must see for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I've heard that people found it enjoyable. And
Yeah.
so, sometimes you don't need like a huge blockbuster success to, have a fun movie and yeah, I don't know.
I mean, I think it did make back its production budget. Like someone was like, "Oh, well, but it probably didn't make back its marketing budget." And I was like, "I mean, it probably didn't, but they really didn't spend anything on marketing." So,
Yeah.
you
Mm-mm.
know,
It's
I
true.
don't know. I wish more people would. Gosh darn it, this stupid thing keeps falling down. I swear it's because I plugged my phone into it because it never falls down. Um, I don't know. I feel like people are like one of my friends posted a status and like she's not a huge Star Wars fan, but her husband is, and she was like, she posted I think a link to an not even an article. I don't know. It was something vague that was like, and not hearing great things about Solo. Guess we'll wait till it comes out on Blu-ray. And I was like, honestly, like I think you should go see it. Your husband is a huge Star Wars fan. I think I know you aren't as big a fan as he is, but I really think both of you would enjoy it. And one of our mutual friends was commenting on the status and was like, I heard it was terrible. I heard it didn't make any money. I heard everybody hates it. And I really wanted to just post that SpongeBob gif, where he's like, "Rah, rah," with like, I heard it was bad. Don't go see it. But I didn't. Instead, I was like, actually, like, it doesn't have horrible ratings on Rotten Tomatoes, especially if you ignore fanboys with an I. And also, like, the majority of reviews are like kind of good to very good. Not like there's definitely some that aren't, but the majority of them are definitely positive. Maybe not like, oh, this is the best movie I ever saw, but like positive. And I linked to like 6 positive articles about it. Nobody responded to that, or well, the friend, the mutual friend didn't respond. I think my friend actually was like, oh, well, that's good to know. And I was like, yeah. So maybe just who are you even hearing that it's awful from? Because everybody that I know that's seen it loved it. And I have a lot of friends who hated The Last Jedi, like hated it, but loved Solo. So I think that says something.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I feel like you kind of have to see those films on the big screen too. Like that's what Star Wars is all about, is like larger than life and like, so yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I thought it was fun. Like I said, it has its issues, but I thought it was fun. I don't know.
Good. I'll let you know when I see it, what I think.
Yeah, for sure.
Don't know when that will be, but.
Um, so past events, I know, like, have you had anything that you've done this month? Like, yeah, or the past month? Well, I talked about Ice
No.
and Fire Con during our May webcast. I went to MegaCon for, I'm not even kidding you, less than 3 hours. Over Memorial Day weekend, I went in my Ellie Sattler costume. I got pictures with this little like fun Jurassic Park thing that they like a display that they had, and kind of wandered around the dealer hall to say hi to some friends who either were just there, like I met up with friends who were just there as convention goers to say hi, or I also went to a couple booths to say hi to some friends that run booths there, and then I went and got a picture with Jeff Goldblum, which was amazing, and that was it. So that's all I did. uh I I've been to MegaCon, gosh, this was my like 2013, 2014, so this is my 5th time I'd actually gone. But like nowadays, it's definitely more of like an expo hall type convention. It's just not my thing.
It's good.
But
So MegaCon happened.
Jeff Goldblum was cool. That's all that matters. I met Jeff Goldblum.
I would expect nothing less.
I was pretty much dead for like 2 hours after that. just like wandering around like, I met Jeff Goldblum. He liked my costume. Like he just like, as we walked up to him, because Brian was there with me dressed as Alan Grant and I'm Ellie Sattler. We walk up to him and he goes, "Oh, very nice, very nice, very nice." And I was like, that's exactly what I expect of you, Jeff Goldblum. Thank you. So yeah. Yeah.
That was a pretty good impression. That was good.
But more importantly, upcoming events.
Yes. As you know, San Diego Comic-Con, I think, is the next big thing.
Yep.
It's happening in 6 weeks. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Yeah.
It feels like it's gonna be a different con this year. So, Marvel's not doing Hall H, and a lot of offsites have been scaled back. So we'll see how it goes. I'm still looking forward to having a great time. We also, I don't think anything has been announced yet as far as times or whatever, but we are going to be doing a special pre-Comic-Con webcast, probably the weekend before Comic-Con. So be on the lookout for those announcements. And then, of course, we will be doing our annual preview night webcast. Yay. So if you like to see people get drunk and talk about Comic-Con, then you should probably tune into our webcasts, because that's what we do.
Yeah. I'll definitely be on the pre-Comic-Con one. I won't be there at preview night, unfortunately. I will be at home still. I'm not. I am flying out at like 6 a.m. on Thursday, so I will be there like midday Thursday, which is cool with me. So, I do have the panel again this year. I technically can't say when it is, but let's just say same bad time, same bad place as the past 3 years. So yeah. We also have some new panelists this year. I'm really excited. Amin from Podcast of Ice and Fire had some other travel plans set up, so he isn't going to be able to make it. But Kyle is from Podcast is still going to be there, and my friend Chloe, who does like, I don't know, she runs the Drunk Song of Ice and Fire webcast, and she has her own podcast she has a podcast with one of the subreddit, the Song of Ice and Fire subreddit moderators called Girls Gone Canon. And then our friend Nami also, who is cosplayer and stuff like that. So I don't know. I think it'll be fun. I'm real psyched to have mostly girls on the panel. So yeah. And so
Yes.
Comic-Con and then Dragon Con at the end of the summer, which is forever away. And then we did just announce Grace Rolick, who voices Connie on Steven Universe, as a guest at Beach City Con. So
very good.
Yeah, that's everything that I have. And like, this is my last year where I'm really going to a lot of conventions. Like, I'm 99.9% sure next year is just going to be Ice and Fire Con and Dragon Con. So yeah. Gonna live it up strong this year.
Oh man. Well,
maybe I'll fall up some stairs again or topple over on the sidewalk at Comic-Con. Happens.
Fall off of the bar stool and land straight on your head in the bar at the Hard Rock. Yes, I did that. Man.
I'm not really sure what was worse. The time I apparently fell on the sidewalk outside of, I think it was like the Omni, and don't remember it at all. But I did fall. I didn't hurt myself. I had no scrapes or whatever, but I fell and everybody else remembered it, but I didn't. And then like, I do remember falling up the stairs at the hostel I was staying at that year. And like my friend Ashley just cackling at me from the landing while the person like who's in the little like receptionist area thing is just looking at us like, do I need to call someone? So
So
that is,
that hostel had a lot of stairs.
it
I would have
did.
fallen up them too.
It
Jeez.
did. And I was wearing heels and I was really wasted. And I'm just gonna say that that's kind of my goal for Comic-Con this year is to get to that level again. Because last year I didn't. So
there hasn't been a lot of parties or anything announced yet. So we're just gonna have to make our own party.
yeah.
Like, come on over to my hotel room. We'll watch Winona Earp and drink some beer.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So anyway, got a little time. You want to talk about some recommendations?
Yeah, I mean, I don't really have that much, honestly. Like I the only thing I could think of was I started watching Harlot on Hulu, and like it's actually pretty good. I enjoy it. I'm not gonna say it's like the best thing I've ever watched or whatever. It's good drama and the costumes are gorgeous. And I was sad when I realized that it was only one season so far and that I'd finished all of the episodes. So that's a plus. But the music is great too. I love the music, but honestly, I'm mostly there for the drama and the costumes.
Yeah, it's a fun show. It's not real deep. It's just fun to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm recommending Queer Eye, season 2, Netflix, June 15th, the next Friday. It's so good. You're gonna love it. You're gonna be like, why did I wait so long for this?
But if I wait so long, then that means that I have a whole lot more to watch. So
that's true.
That's a plus.
But apparently the Fab Five make over a woman this season and also a transgender guy. So that should be cool to see. And let's see what else. What else can I talk about? What else should I recommend? I don't know.
I feel like busy, I should have more, but I really have not had time to get into a lot of news stuff.
Let's see. Not like I'm looking for things, but like I watch so much TV. Why can't I recommend more things? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm looking forward to maybe new shows this fall. I don't know. I don't know what's happening. I just like you talked about your friend does a drunk webcast.
Song of Ice and Fire, yeah.
Can we just do like drunk Helix webcast or like drunk iZombie webcast?
Yeah, we'll just take it back oh my god, we'll take it back to like 2014 and do drunk Helix webcast.
I mean, actually, we've already done the drunk Helix webcast. Let's be real here. That was basically like our first 6 months. Feelings was just
Fareed does suggest Animal Kingdom, which I've heard of. Yes. I think my family might watch it. Is it on Animal Planet?
I don't know. I know it's on Amazon. Because I know that Fareed watches it, and I saw it in my queue, and I was like, oh, maybe I should watch that eventually. Eventually.
That's a thought, yeah. Yes. I mean, I don't have cable, so it's not like I have anything else to do.
I do not have cable either, and yet I will still watch so much TV.
Yeah, mine's just always next day on the streaming services and shit. I'm also too lazy to like watch something I need to pay attention to late at night. Like I do it with Westworld, and that's only because I have access to my friend's HBO Go subscription. So.
Yes. Yeah. I watch a lot of stuff. not good for me probably. Yeah, so hopefully next month Vaughn will be back with us, and she will want to talk about maybe some of the things we talked about tonight too, like,
well, gosh, I mean, maybe
iZombie and Solo.
Yeah, I was gonna say she did want to talk about Solo, so I am sad that
Mm-hmm.
she couldn't make it for that reason alone. But I mean, yeah, we should be back on July 5th. I don't have a conflict on my horizon, so fingers crossed. I have July 4th, which is a Wednesday off of work, which is the worst. Like I honestly, I would rather work on July 4th and have like July 2nd or July 6th off, because who the F wants one random day off in the middle of the week? But at least it's a day off, which in this country is, rare. So
It's nice. It's nice.
so yeah, I guess that's it. Like it being summer and like shows have ended and Vaughn isn't here and everything, it's like I don't really have all that much to say.
We filled an hour. We're good.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I mean, I feel like we're always like going over the hour, and it's like I have things I could talk about, but none of it is really that interesting. So
yeah, that's fine. That's good. Plus, I mean, we're doing like at least 3 webcasts next month. So it's going to be a lot of these faces again and again. So
yeah. Well, yeah. If we do the normal feelings episode at the beginning of the month, and then the pre-Comic-Con one the weekend before that. Oh shoot, you know what? I lie. I won't be on that because I will be at a wedding. And like,
sorry,
not
I'm
just at a wedding,
Olaplex.
I'm in a wedding. So
well, that's nice.
Actually, Ashley, who used to write for the Geekiary.
Oh yes.
So yeah, I totally forgot about that. So if we do it the weekend before, I actually won't be there. I will be in Niagara Falls. Woohoo!
All right, well, we'll see about that. Because Comic-Con is fun.
Yeah. All right. That's it.
Yeah, I can do the outro.
Yeah.
All right. I'm Erin. I'm here with Tara. Thank you again for joining us for Feelings with the Geekiary. We're a free webcast run off of donations from viewers like you. Thank you for contributing and helping our host site, the Geekiary. See you next month. Bye.
Bye.